一场从未见过的大暴风雪横扫纽约西部地区，1米多高的积雪造成巨大灾难，许多车辆淹埋在大雪中，道路封闭，航班取消，住家断电。暴风雪扫荡之处，民众在不设防的情况下，不幸陷在车辆里、房屋中或者雪堆里，拨打求救电话也不能获得及时抢救而身亡。迄今为止，已经至少造成35人死亡。美国气象局预告还说，纽约西部周二还将再次面临暴风雪，降雪量高达9英寸（23厘米）。此外，美国其他各地也遭受到暴风雪的袭击，已经造成至少20多人身亡。美国各大机场航班纷纷取消或推迟，周一有3400多个航班取消。气象预报表示，水牛城机场在周一的积雪量高达49.2英寸（1.25米），周三上午机场不得不关闭。美国总统拜登26日周一发表紧急声明，为纽约西部受灾县提供联邦救灾援助。目前，这场暴风雪已经造成至少35人死亡，重灾区集中在水牛城所在的伊利县。水牛城一度有2万多居民停电。纽约州州长霍楚说，这是水牛城悠久历史上最具破坏性的风暴。气象中心预计天气很快就会变暖，到星期四最高温度将达到华氏46度摄氏8度，到周六最高气温将达到华氏54度摄氏12度。新唐人记者邱月荣誉综合报道。
Chinese experts have recently warned that some elderly people will experience silent hypoxia, meaning that they will not feel chest tightness and shortness of breath after contracting the virus but are still hypoxic, which can be dangerous. After such warnings, people started rushing to buy oxygen ventilators for their homes. According to Guangming News, Zhang Guinong, head of the Department of Infectious Diseases at Huashan Hospital affiliated to Fudan University and the Dean of National Medical Center for Infectious Diseases, mentioned in a speech on December 22nd that the elderly should be wary of silent hypoxia after being infected with COVID-19. Zhang shared that for elderly people, by the time they get to the hospital, it might be too late because they show no symptoms of hypoxia. They don't even feel a tightening in their chest or shortness of breath, which explains the name for this phenomenon as silent hypoxia. For example, a 90-year-old person lying in bed without moving is suffering from a lack of oxygen for a long time. He finds out that he has abnormal symptoms. An elderly person with busy children who only receives care from a caregiver will have more risk of experiencing silent hypoxia. Zhang said that without short-term treatment for hypoxia, patients can easily develop severe pneumonia and suggests that the neighborhood committee or business can send pulse oximeters to families with elderly people. According to HSW, Gao Bin, Deputy Director of the China-Japan Friendship Hospital and Deputy Director of the National Center for Respiratory Medicine, also suggested that vulnerable groups should be treated with antiviral drugs as early as possible, and a pulse oximeter should be prepared for strict monitoring. Some elderly people with severe hypoxia still do not have obvious symptoms, such as chest tightness and shortness of breath. This is a very dangerous condition that requires oxygen immediately. Chinese media reported on December 24th that within a day, many types of oxygen ventilators on e-commerce platforms such as JD.com and Taobao were out of stock, and some new products on these platforms were also quickly sold out. For example, a flagship store on Taobao started selling oxygen ventilators at 11 a.m. on December 23rd, but the product was sold out 3 hours later. At another official flagship store on the Taobao platform, customers couldn't buy any more oxygen-related products. The store's customer service said that the oxygen machine was out of stock. Recently, after many doctors reminded the elderly in the pandemic areas to be wary of the risk of silent hypoxia, the demand for oxygen ventilators increased again. Some oxygen ventilator manufacturers say short-term demand has been high and they are ramping up production. The paper quoted a citizen from Shanxi with the pseudonym Zhang Ying saying that her family has 2 elderly people, including one with severe cardiovascular disease. To ensure the elderly can make it through the pandemic, she sent 2,690 yuan on December 21st on the Jingdong platform to order a 3-core oxygen machine. However, Li Tong, the chief physician of the Department of Infectious Diseases at Beijing Yuan Hospital, affiliated to Capital Medical University, said in a previous interview with the media that the oxygen machine is mainly used for patients with chronic respiratory disease, and generally healthy families do not need oxygen ventilators at home. Lee once said, if you have chest tightness, wheezing, shortness of breath, or other symptoms of hypoxia, you should go to the hospital immediately. Using an oxygen ventilator at home is not suitable and can easily cause oxygen poisoning, which is very dangerous.
"现在的生意还是会比起上半年好多了，明年会更好了。疫情也是暂时的，应该明年的生意会越来越好。三亚明年也是会越来越好。
现在是22年学牛去讲，早上2点20分，南庄县殡仪馆。
27日凌晨2点，中国江西南昌市殡仪馆外超过80辆灵车在排队。镜头再转到四川，成都东郊殡仪馆28日也排着长长的车队。12月以来，中国各地殡仪馆业务量暴增。经济学人期刊27日指出，外界无从得知最近几周中国的染疫或死亡人数。但从百度上殡葬服务的搜索量可以看出，中国疫情正在经历前所未见的高峰。但12月1日以来，中共通报的染疫死亡案例只有9人。
我们辽宁省安源市都说不死人，你看这死多少人，全是人，已经停尸房已经装不下了，这是地下车库临时改了，看看多少。
大陆媒体财经杂志报道，半个多月来，疫情从1线城市爆发，已经蔓延3、4线城市及周边村镇。形势变化太快，很多城市都来不及反应。网传影片显示，辽宁鞍山、沈阳有地下车库和方舱变成停尸间。另外，广州、上海都有民众表示，亲人遗体被迫滞留家中。
最可怕的事情不是死人，最可怕的事情，大量尸体放在家里，放1天、2天、3天、4天、5天、6天、7天都有。上海呀，全国都有。现在那个火葬场要摇号。很多人早上4点半去排队摇号，但他是前天死的，第2天火葬场打电话打过去说他们2天不摇，然后放在家里已经放了3天，我吓都吓死了。
日本朝日新闻英文网站报道，中共卫健委内部文件日前在网络上曝光，中国大陆12月1日到20日的新增病例达到2亿4800万，占中国人口 18%。如果感染速度不变，中国12月初至今的新增染疫人口可能已经超过3亿。香港大学公共卫生学院教授高本恩表示，中国目前病毒传播的速度超越了疫情爆发以来的任何时候与任何地区。他预测不久之后，中国半数人口相当于有7亿人都将染疫。新唐亚太电视高秉莹、张瑞珍综合报道。
昨天是排1排，现在是排2排了，你看嘛，得了啊，日妈排到下面4公里了。
村长，就这2天呐，今天还火化他们50-60个呢，把长春人都快死没了。
平时3个火葬场加起来60个、70个，现在呢3个火葬场要500-600、700。新冠不死人，是重感冒、大号感冒、钟南山。
12月26号，在全国各地讣告不断、尸横遍野之际，上海的一座公墓滨海古园出台狠招，直接要求党员来支援收尸。这座上海公墓贴出告示称，当前上海市殡葬服务中心下属的3家殡仪馆正处于业务量超负荷、人力物力严重紧缺的困难时刻，因此请求广大党员来支援。倡议已经感染过新冠并且康复的党员以顽强的意志投入支援工作。但很快就有网友留言嘲讽称，去支援的报酬是什么？给免费火化吗？ 随着国际媒体纷纷聚焦大陆的殡仪馆和火葬场，中共又开始向民众下达封口令。有殡仪馆已经贴出告示，要求死者家属必须承诺不是因为新冠去世，否则自愿承担一切责任，引发极大争议。新唐人记者瑞丽，特约记者长春，纽约采访报道。
The wave of the COVID-19 pandemic in many parts of China is unlikely to subside, causing social unrest. Under such circumstances, foreign media reporters visited 5 hospitals in Hebei that were hardest hit and described the scene as terrifying. AP reporter Dick Kang traveled to Hebei, China to conduct a field trip. He said that in intensive care rooms of a hospital in Hebei, many elderly people are in critical condition. Many patients scramble for beds and many lie on the floor. In front of a funeral home in Hebei, he noticed that many Beijingers had driven to Hebei 2 hours to transport the remains of their deceased loved ones. Some say this is because they must wait 10 days in Beijing before making an appointment. He said, the area we visited, Baoding in central Hebei, was one of the first to be hit by COVID after the government eased controls. I was more optimistic before this trip, but what I saw scared me. Chinese people said that the current COVID-19 pandemic situation in China has caused social activities to collapse. Faced with such a situation, some people videotaped and raised some questions to the government. In the video, a netizen pointed out, first, the free antigen test we had to take before is not necessary. Now it's open, it can't be bought when needed. Where's the problem? Second, if you're going to open the door, shouldn't you prepare in advance and produce a batch of antipyretic drugs? I heard that antipyretic medicine made in China within half a month could be used worldwide for a year. Why can't so many people buy it or have to buy it at a high price? Third, I heard that many employees of manufacturer Lianhua Qingwen had been infected with the virus. If this drug works, why not give it to its employees for free? Fourth, why did people who entered the facilities never hear of the treatment and which drugs were used on them? Fifth, Shanghai and Guangzhou used to have so many positive cases, so why not see more serious cases? When people entered quarantine facilities, they sang, danced, played cards, but this time, coincidentally, once restrictions were eased, there were many symptoms, and on the other side, people at the Soccer World Cup weren't even wearing a mask. Professor Ezekiel J. Emanuel, Vice Chancellor for Global Affairs at the University of Pennsylvania, wrote in Wall Street Journal that the CCP allowed the COVID-19 pandemic to spread like wildfire among poorly resistant people by deciding to reopen without a transition period. In the infectious variable of the disease released by Chinese health authorities this year, the R value was 16, while last winter the infectious value of the virus was 10. According to Sound of Hope, Mary Gallagher, Associate Professor of Political Science at the University of Michigan and Director of the Center for China Studies, warned that the CCP has reopened during the worst period before the new year, and people have not been left with a way out. Previously, the CCP followed the path of a tight zero COVID policy and absolute control. Now it is following the path of 100% openness, but providing no preparation plan. When oscillating between two extreme policies, the consequences are obvious, and people will suffer immeasurably.